Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Number 32, Ryan Clark. Number 33, Brody Cordell. And number 35, Eli DeCounter. The Cyclones are coached by Mr. Ian Hockley.
And good evening and welcome to Bushnell-Prairie City High School, day 2 of the Spartan Tip-Off Classic. Chris Frankhauser and Brandon Thomas running the camera for us here this evening. We're just about set for tip-off between Illini Bluffs and West Prairie here on this Tuesday night. And the tip going to be controlled by Illini Bluffs. We'll get you the starting lineups here in just a moment. 22 inside for the Tigers. Ball moved inside. 22 again with it. That is Toby Cooper. On the key, top of the circle. Right wing, number 5, Will Giptos with it. Just underway, 7:30 to play here in the first quarter. It's like a little zone out of the Cyclones to start here.
Last night we did see West Prairie play a little bit of full court press. Anxious to see if they do that tonight and if they do it early or wait until later on.
Nice give and go, McCoy to Toby Cooper, the first two of the ball game for Illini Bluffs. 2-0, just underway. 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Number 35 with an Eli counter for the Cyclones. 11. That's Braden Copeland. Shot upside, inside, no good. We're going to get a jump ball. Ryan Clark and I think that was number 15 for the Tigers, Cole McCoy Sr. .35, Eli to counter with it. Now over to Braden Copeland. The counter with it, right-hand dribble, stops free throw short of the free throw line. Long three off the front of the rim, no good by Braden Copeland. It'll go out of bounds to Illini Bluffs. Tigers moving the ball around the perimeter. Far side, that's number 15 with it, Cole McCoy. Kicks it back out. Jumper from just inside the free throw line, off no good for the Tigers. Next shot up, that is number 15, Colt McCoy. Rebound down to the Cyclones, number 11. Braden Copeland, a sophomore for the Cyclones, going to bring it up. Eli to counter with it, number 35. Going to have it poked away, and it's going to go out of bounds to Illini Bluffs.
Very nice hustle by both teams, the Tigers and the Cyclones. Advantage into the Tigers' hands.
Try and get our scoreboard up to date, as it is a 2-0 lead for the Tigers. 5:38 to play here in the first quarter. Braden Copeland going to bring it up for West Prairie. Head coach is Ian Conkling. Backside cut, shot up, no good. Rebound down to the Tigers. That's number 22, Toby Cooper.
Beautiful backdoor cut, just didn't get it executed. And Tigers come down and execute for a 4-point lead.
Having some problems with our camera cut out on us for a moment, so back to live action here. 4:42 to play. Illini Bluffs up and good. 3 for Colt McCoy. And push the score to 7-0 in favor of the Tigers. Braden Copeland's going to answer back with a 2 for West Prairie.
Last night, Illini West held West Prairie scoreless in the first quarter, so we see an improvement here by the Cyclones.
Jumper up by, sorry about that, Brandon. Three-pointer up and no good by McCoy. Toby Cooper whistled for his second foul. Drew Dunn into the lineup, number 13 for Illini West. 7-2, 4:04 to play here in the first quarter. Good attempted steal there by Jaden Washington for the Tigers. It'll stay with West Prairie. Eli to counter to trigger in for the Cyclones. Ryan Clark with it, number 32. Inside pass to counter. His short jumper up off the far side of the rim, no good. And it's going to go out of bounds off of West Prairie to Illini Bluffs. Washington with it for Illini Bluffs, top of the circle. To McCoy, inside they go to Cooper. Backdoor cut, and we're going to get a traveling call on William Emhoff, number 24, the sophomore for Illini Bluffs. So it'll go back to West Prairie with 3:34 to play here in the first quarter. Little four-court press out of Illini Bluffs, and it's going to go off the hip of West Prairie, and it'll go back to the Tigers. .3:15 to play. Illini Bluff basketball. McCoy now to Emhoff. Back to McCoy. The three up and good. Cole McCoy with three. Another three. And that's going to push the lead to 10-2 in favor of Illini Bluffs. We're going to get a timeout here with 2:53 to play here in the first quarter. It is a 10-2 lead for Illini Bluffs. We'll be back in just a moment.
Let's go. Got my anchors to take 4 tires tight. 4 tires of fuel, 4 tires of fuel. Come on, we got to get him back out there. He's a busy man.
I'm just here for seed.
It's all part of it. Suit up.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has everything you need to win the season and go full speed ahead.
Back here to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. Timeout taken by West Prairie. Backdoor cut, number 11 with it for the Cyclones. Braden Copeland going to be stolen away by Illini Bluffs. That's Emhoff coming the other way, and the ball going to go out of bounds off his foot, and it'll go right back to West Prairie with 2:35 to play here in the first quarter. Thanks for tuning in. Chris Frankhauser and Brandon Thomas running the camera for me this evening. Again, full court pressure by the Tigers. Brayton Copeland's three up, no good. Rebound down to the Tigers and William Emhoff. Cole McCoy, and we're going to get a blocking foul as number 22, Toby Cooper, tried to drive baseline, and it's going to be a foul on Eli to counter his first.
Good effort on the counter on trying to take that baseline away. Just couldn't get there and get set in time and picks up the foul.
Team second, first on to counter. 2:15 to play here as a three up. Going to be off the iron, in front of the iron, no good by McCoy. Rebound down to Cooper. His shot up, no good. And rebound to Brian Clark for Illini Bluffs, or West Prairie, I should say, number 32. Gets it to counter. Over to Braden Copeland. Down to a minute 50 to go here in the opening quarter. Whitman with it, left wing to Clark. Back to Whitman, swinging around number 33 with it. Brody Cordell. And driving in, scoop shot up, and they count it. Number 11, Braden Copeland with a two and a chance to get the old-fashioned three-point play. As we see number 32, Justice Duger, into the ballgame for Illini Bluffs. Copeland at the line for a shot at the three-point play. And the free throw up, rattles out, no good. Rebound down to Cooper for Illini Bluffs. Washington now to number 13, Drew Dunn. McCoy back to Dunn, over to Washington. Duger now far corner to McCoy. He's going to try and drive baseline, cut off. Nice bounce pass into Washington.
Number 22 gets caught there in the lane for the 3-second violation.
Good hops by the official down there to get the net out of the rim. So West Prairie with it, down 6. 1 minute to play here, first quarter. Copeland tries to get it to the counter. Is going to have it poked away and stolen away by number 13, Drew Dunn, and it's up and good for 2 for Dunn, and pushes the lead to 12-4 in favor of Illini Bluffs. And a scoop at the other end, good by Copeland.
Copeland goes coast to coast, very nicely done.
12-6, down to 33 seconds to play. Washington with it for Illini Bluffs. Long three, off the back iron, no good by Dunn. Rebound down to West Prairie. They got a chance to cut it into the 6-point Tiger lead. Down to 20 seconds. Copeland with it. Got a hand off to DeCounter. DeCounter going to drive around the top of the key. Over to Whitman, and we're going to get a foul, a blocking foul on Washington for Illini Bluffs. His first. Team number 3, down to 6 seconds. Inbounds down to 4. Copeland with it, going to fire up a 3 off the front iron, no good. And that's how we'll end the first quarter of play. 12-6 in favor of Illini Bluffs. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School, 12-6 after a 1 quarter of play. MTC Communications having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2024. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video phone service, camera system to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock county areas. Visit mtccrowdfiber.com to check your availability. Second quarter, it will be Illini Bluffs basketball to start the quarter. Coming up in the nightcap, it'll be Macomb and Illini West at about 7:30. Justice Duger to inbound for the Illini Bluffs. Tigers gets it to Jaden Washington, top of the circle. Swinging around to Cooper. Cooper, left-hand dribble, picks it up, now hands it off to McCoy. And the ball is going to go out of bounds, and it will stay with Illini Bluffs. 7:44 to play here in the first half. Washington trigger for the Tigers, gets it inbound to Cooper, but they're going to be whistled for a foul. I think Brody Cordell going to be whistled for his first.
Cyclone foul, number 33, Brody Cordell, his first.
Inbound, Washington to Cooper, no good. Rebound up, no good by McCoy. It'll go out of bounds. It's going to stay with Illini Bluffs. 7:38 to play here in the first half. Foul going to be whistled on Matt Whitman for Illini, or West Prairie, getting my West mixed up here. Going to the line for some free throws is number 22, Toby Cooper, and he's good on the first. It's going to make it a 13-6 lead. Second one up, and it's good as well. Pushes the lead to 14-6. 4 for Cooper. 3 ball up and good by Matt Whitman for West Prairie, and that's going to cut the lead to 5, 14-9. That was a sports corner 3 by Mr. Whitman.
Foul charge number 10, Matt Whitman.
And Whitman's going to pick up his second. And that's going to bring Ruger Olson, number 2, a sophomore, off the bench for West Prairie. Cooper with it, going to drive and picks up the dribble. Going to be a 3 up and off the iron by number 13, Drew Dunn. And out of bounds to West Prairie. 5-point lead for the Tigers. 7 minutes to play here in the first half. The counter with it, left wing. Give and go to Clark. Clark's up and good off the glass. Ryan Clark, his first 2 of the night. And that's the lead back to 3, 14-11 in favor of Illini Bluffs. And we're going to get a jump ball as Washington drives the lane. Clark's going to tie him up. And it'll go back to West Prairie. It's 24 back into the ball game. William Emhoff, sophomore, number 24, back in the ball game for the Tigers. 6:40 to play here in the first half. Olson with it. Right hand dribble, picks it up, looking for some help, and is going to get bumped, but they're going to call it traveling on West Prairie. So turnover back to Illini Bluffs with 6:31 to play here in the first half.
Both teams looking for their first win. West Prairie fell short last night, and Illini Bluffs, this is their first game of the tournament and of the year.
And the shot no good, picked up by West Prairie. Copeland scoops it up, no. Rebound down as there's a crash of bodies under the basket. That's Cooper with it for the Tigers. And it's going to be poked out of bounds off of West Prairie. It'll stay with the Tigers. 6:09 to play here in the first half. 14-11 our score. Washington going to trigger into Emhoff. To McCoy. McCoy's going to put it on the floor. Washington's going to fire up a 3 off the iron, no good. Good box out there by number 33, Brody Cordell for West Prairie. 5:54 to play. Cordell with it, picks up his dribble, gets it to the counter. Counter looking for some help. And we're going to get a timeout taken, full timeout taken by West Prairie with 5:41 to play here in the first half. We'll keep it here. I can tell you about Country Financial agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. Also, you can thanks for our West Prairie sports sponsors. That includes Ryden Farm Supply, located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974. Ryden Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area, and as a customer, they will take care of you. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121. That's Ryden Farm Supply. So the Cyclones taking their second timeout here of the first half. Will Giftos, number 5, a senior, into the lineup now for Illini Bluffs. 14-11 in favor of the Tigers. 5:41 to play here in the first half. Cyclone basketball out of the timeout. The counter looking to trigger, gets it in to Cordell. Cordell is going to lose the dribble, has it nearly poked away. Now is going to get it to Clark on the far side. Back to the counter. Cordell, free throw line. That's over to Clark, back to Cordell. Cordell's going to drive in, kicks it out to Clark. The counter now to Copeland on top. He'll reset things with 5:20 to play here first half. Clark with it, top of the circle to Olson. The counter. 3 up and off the iron by Cordell. And we're going to get a foul on West Prairie.
Cyclone foul charge, number 32, Ryan Clark. His first, team fourth.
14 foul, first on Ryan Clark for the Cyclones. As Jayden Washington, the senior, will bring it up for the Tigers. Right hand dribble, tried to hand it off to McCoy, and McCoy wasn't expecting the basketball, and it goes out of bounds back to West Prairie. .450 to play, to counter with it, left wing. Hands off to Copeland. Copeland double team's going to get it across to Cordell. 2 to counter. The counter's 6-foot jumper is up and good. And that cuts the lead to just 1. 14-13, Illini Bluffs. Cooper with it. Swinging around, that's going to be number 15, McCoy. His 3 up, no good. And the ball is going to go out of bounds off of West Prairie. Will stay with the Tigers with 4:15 to play here in the first half. Washington to trigger the inbound. Gets it on top to Emhoff. Over to McCoy. Four minutes to play here in the first half. McCoy to now Emhoff with it far side. Inside Cooper. Cooper up and misses the bunny. Rebound down to Clark for West Prairie with a chance to take the lead. Copeland going to take it in, drive it up off the glass and in.
West Prairie takes their first lead of the contest here tonight with 3:40 remaining in the first half.
8 points for Copeland by my account unofficially, and the Cyclones, as I said, ran it with a 1-point lead. Now a steal, and the other way, Copeland's going to get fouled as he goes to the basket. Foul going to be on Will Giftos, his first, team's 5th. To counter. Looks around. The foul going to be on the floor. That's going to be Giftos again. Giftos his second, team's second, as we see number 13, Drew Dunn. Copeland triggers to Olson. Long 3 off the front of the iron, no good. And that was to counter, I believe, with a 3. And out of bounds to Illini Bluffs. 1-point lead for West Prairie. Down to 3:10 to play. 3 up by Cooper, misses everything off the far side of the basket, backboard, and a rebound down to the counter. Now to Copeland. Copeland's going to cross over, kicks it over to Olson. Olson right-hand dribble, switches the left. Now Copeland's going to fire up a 3, and it's good. A sports corner 3 for Braden Copeland. And that's going to push the lead to 4 for West Prairie, 18-14. Dunn going to fire up a 3 for Illini Bluffs, and it's good. Dunn with his 5th of the night, and a 1-point lead for West Prairie, 18-17. Cordell with it for West Prairie, looking for Copeland, picks up the dribble, gets it over to the counter. The counter right-hand dribble, going to drive in, tries to kick it over to Cordell. Good job by Copeland getting the loose ball. The three up by Olson, short. Rebound down to Illini Bluffs. 2:05 to play, done with it. Right wing on top, Washington. Emhoff going to take it, drive in. It's cut off, it's going to scoop and score. First two for Emhoff. And just like that, Illini Bluffs goes back up top by one, 19-18. Ball to get poked away by Emhoff. It'll stay with West Prairie. 1:47 to play. As Matt Whitman, the sophomore, back for West Prairie, as Kruger Olson will check out. To counter to Trigger, gets it into Whitman. Clark with it now for West Prairie. Out on the floor as Copeland was driving to the basket.
The West Prairie Cyclones, they just attack the basket. They drive to the hole. Some of their shots ain't falling, but like the great words of Joe Dirt, keep on keeping on, and that's what they do.
On. Long three is good by Copeland. That one well beyond the arc. A Sports Corner three, and just like that, the lead changes again, 21-19 in favor of West Prairie. McCoy with it, near corner. Left-hand dribble, picks it up, gets it to Cooper. Swings it over to Washington. Washington going to drive baseline. And we're going to get a check foul, hand check foul on Brody Cordell. And that's going to put Washington at the line. First one up and no good. Ruger Olson back for West Prairie. 55 seconds to play. Washington with one more. And misses the second. Rebound down to Clark and the Cyclones. 21-19 lead for West Prairie. Olson with it, far corner, has it poked away by McCoy. It'll stay with West Prairie, is 32. Justice Duker back into the lineup for Illini Bluffs. To counter with it for West Prairie, right hand dribble. Give and go to Clark. Clark's going to be fouled as he goes up for the shot. He'll have two free throws coming with 34 seconds to play here in the first half.
Clark seen an open cut there. Got the ball, drew the contact, went up for the shot. Now he's at the line for two.
Ryan Clark, number 32, junior. 2 points in the contest. First one up, and the first one is good. Makes it 22-19 in favor of West Prairie. Caden Little, number 5, into the ball game for Illini, or West Prairie, I should say. Second one by Clark, off the back rim, no good. And we're going to get a push foul on West Prairie. I don't know if it's going to go on to counter or Olson. It's going to go on to counter. His second. And that's going to put Toby Cooper, a senior, at the line for a couple. First one by Cooper, in and out, no good. See number 12 in Basham, a junior. He'll check in for the Tigers. 33 seconds to play. Cooper with one more. Second one up, and the second one rattles around and drops. 22-20 in favor of West Prairie. 28 seconds. Copeland going to bring it up, right-hand dribble. Gonna spin, cross it over. Clark, 3 from the near corner is up and off the iron, no good. Rebound down to Illini Bluffs. 14 seconds to go. Cooper with it. Gonna swing it around to Duggar. Duggar's gonna get it over to Dunn. His 3 up, no good. Rebound down to Illini or West Prairie. Copeland's gonna check it from 3/4 court, no good. And that's where we're gonna end the first half of play. 22-20 in favor of the Cyclones of West Prairie. We'll step aside. We'll be back here in just a moment on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School, halftime of our opening game, 22-20 in favor of the West Prairie Cyclones. We're going to step aside here, get our halftime interview in, and we'll be back with some unofficial stats after the end of the first half. Again, 22-20 in favor of West Prairie. We'll be back here to Bushnell-Prairie City High School in just a few moments.
Oh, welcome back. We're here with Adrian McGregor. Adrian, you're a Macomb guy.
Yes.
So you're living in Macomb, working at MDH.
Yes.
What's your position?
So I'm the Vice President of Clinical and Support Services here at the hospital. I have about 120 employees that roll up my direction through the organizational chart, and probably the easiest way to explain. So I have a great group of department directors that work for me. So areas like radiology and lab and physical therapy and cardiopulmonary services, those are kind of the main areas that roll my way. And then on the support side, pretty much all things with the plant, the facilities, keeping it clean, construction, all of that rolls up in my direction as well. So I never am bored, and I have plenty to do every day. So sometimes it feels like I just need more daylight than I need work. But this is a great organization, and I work with some of the best people in this community, and I'm proud of that. Mostly proud of all that they are and all that they do, and the employees and what they contribute to the organization. We have a great group here.
Well, two things that caught my attention in what you mentioned. There's been a lot of construction going on, so you've had a lot to deal with. Maybe we could hit on that.
Sure.
But I don't know that in any of the times that I've done these interviews that we've talked about keeping the facility clean.
Yes.
I think those are the forgotten heroes of this place, right? Because if any place needs to be clean, it's here.
Yes.
How important and how much effort goes into keeping a hospital clean?
Well, I can tell you a tremendous amount of effort is made at keeping the facility clean. And just to give you an idea of the complexity of that, we have 14,000 visits a year in our emergency department, for instance. Everybody that comes to the emergency department is most likely having a bad moment of their day, or could be a game changer for their year or even beyond. And so obviously that high volume, that equates to 40 or 50 patients a day. You got to have a clean place for every patient coming in, hour by hour, minute by minute. And so that area just alone has to be kept clean. But then when you expand out to, we have approximately 800,000 square feet that needs to be kept clean throughout the entire hospital.
That's a lot of feet.
We do have a lot of employees engaged in that area. Jimmy Rogers actually oversees that area and then some. And so he has put together a team within our environmental services department to ensure cleanliness within the four walls of the hospital alone, but then also partners with several independent contractors that work on some of our business buildings or our physician buildings in other clinics that we have that aren't even located in Macomb. And so he and I have worked closely together over the past 3 years on this, and it was a struggle during COVID for sure, because you want to ensure that every area is cleaned, not only daily, but at times within every hour, if not more. And so it is a valiant effort. It's so important that Medicare watches for any type of hospital-acquired infection that could be picked up from the hospital. So our job is to stay clean, keep clean, and be even cleaner than mom or grandma would ever want you to have. So
a lot more than washing hands.
It really is, and hand washing is part of that as well. In our infection control department, who would have thought that within healthcare that keeping your hands cleaned every hour, every day, after every and even during patient interactions could be a game changer with preventing further infection. And we watch it very, very closely. And of course, everywhere you go, you see not only sinks and patient care areas, but hand gelling in and throughout that. And so we have to, it's what we do. It's not, oh, wow, that's a lot. It's what you do in healthcare. You have to do it. It takes care of patients. It takes care of practitioners. It is basic and fundamental, but when you do it, the outcomes are pretty clear. You help patient care. You prevent infections from happening that shouldn't have happened, number one. Number two is your staff stay healthier as well.
Which is key in today's world.
Absolutely.
Well, Adrian, I greatly appreciate you coming and talking, and we just touched on some of the stuff that you deal with on a daily basis, so I'm sure we can talk to you again about some other things.
You bet.
But it was fun talking about the things that people kind of, I think, forget about a little bit, to get left behind. We talk about the doctors and the nurses all the time. We don't talk about the people that keep that stuff rolling. So I appreciate you being here. And
thank you so much. It was wonderful. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School, 22-20, the halftime score between West Prairie and Illini. Bluffs with the Cyclones on top by 2. Tell you about some more of those great sponsors here for West Prairie Cyclone Sports. Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, or by email, or by text. You can choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm. Macomb, you can reach them at 309-837-1200, or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. Also brought to you by Pond Plus. They're proud to have served the Macomb and the surrounding communities for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair. Are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games, located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb, between Erico and Taco Bell. And also brought to you by Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. 22-20 at the break for the leading West Prairie Cyclones. 14 points, nice first half for Brayton Copeland. Had a couple of big threes there in the second quarter. Got Matt Whitman and Ryan Clark each with 3 and 2 for Eli to counter for West Prairie. Illini Bluffs scoring, I may be off a little bit on this one, is having some technical issues with our camera to start, but unofficially I've got Drew Dunn with 5, Cole McCoy a couple of threes, and 6 points in the first quarter. Ends the half was 6-5 for Toby Cooper and 2 for William Emhoff. 22-20, our halftime score. We'll step aside and we'll be back with the second half here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a moment.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, Jeff. How's the farm?
Good, thanks. Nice choice. Let's get you loaded up.
No matter where you are or what you grow, make sure you start with Dyna-Gro Seed. For local farm expertise and local seed options, no other seed brand gets you closer to the results you want.
Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School as we're just about ready for second half action here between West Prairie and Illini Bluffs. Chris Frankhauser here with you. Brandon Thomas also alongside this evening. Thanks for tuning in and bearing with our camera issues early on. We got that fixed as we are set for some basketball here. Second half on the way here. We'll get that quarter changed, and there we go. 22-20 in favor of West Prairie. Illini Bluffs with the basketball. Washington to Emhoff. Emhoff's going to put it on the floor, left-hand dribble, cut off by Clark, and going to force a turnover. Traveling violation on the Tigers, back to the Cyclones. Copeland with it, going to be a double team, a little trap. Going to be stolen away by Cooper for Illini Bluffs. Washington doesn't have the numbers, so he'll set it back around. Up top, McCoy with it. Going to put it on the floor. Is going to scoop with the left hand. No. But he'll draw some contact and go to the line for two. Now going to go on Ryan Clark. His second. Those timeouts for West Prairie. Back up. Free throw up and good by McCoy. Makes it a 22-21 game. And the second is going to tie us up at 22. McCoy 2 of 2 from the line, and we are tied at 22 here in the second half. Copeland with it, going to get it back to DeCounter. DeCounter is going to pick up the dribble, gets it over to Cordell. Cross court, Clark to Copeland. Copeland 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound to number 10, Whitman. His shot blocked, and Cooper up with it for Illini Bluffs. Going to drive in, a little push off on DeCounter, no call. Emhoff to McCoy, Washington near corner. Cross court, Emhoff. Swinging around, number 5, Giftos into the ball game for Illini Bluffs. Cooper with it, going to spin off the glass. The shot no good, tipped around and controlled by Giftos for the Tigers. Inside pass, McCoy got airborne off his feet. No one there. Clark with the interception for West Prairie. Now to Whitman. He'll get it up to Copeland, right wing. Hounded by Washington, now double team. McCoy there on Copeland. Tries to go into Clark off the backboard, and Illini Bluffs going to come up with it. Cooper down to McCoy. McCoy going to scoop up and poked away by Whitman, but I think Whitman's going to get a foul on the play for West Prairie. Second team foul on West Prairie, fourth on Whitman. Ruger Olsen going to check into the ballgame, number 2 for Illini Bluffs. We're tied at 22. Emhoff gets the inbound from Washington. McCoy with it on top of the circle. Giftos going to step inside the three-point line. Shot up, no good. To counter there for the rebound for West Prairie. Copeland, 2 to counter. Counter going to corner, far near corner to Olsen. Olsen going to look for the counter. He's going to throw it away into the Illini Bluffs bench. And coach for the Tigers, Clay Bass, Trey David, Joe Walters, Brett Bringa, Taylor Berginga, and Peyton Mulligan, the coaches for the Illini Bluffs Tigers. 22-22, 5:42 to play here, third quarter. Cooper with it, now to Washington. Giftos with it, right wing. Back to Cooper. Cooper, free throw line, is going to float one up off the glass. No, gets his own rebound, puts the bunny back up, and good. Toby Cooper with 2, and that puts the Tigers up by 2, 24-22. Clark with it for West Prairie. To Cordell. Olsen going to fire up one short off the front rim. Good box out, and Illini Bluffs going to have the basketball. Still in the football mode there. Almost said football, didn't I? Poked away by Illini Bluffs, or West Prairie. Copeland's going to take it length of the floor, spins it up out of control, but going to draw the contact, and we'll see if they call it on the floor or if he's going to go to the line for 2. And it's going to be on the floor.
Copeland just really hustling, being the workhorse of this contest here tonight.
Giptos with the foul, his 3rd. Olsen gets the inbound to counter. Copeland going to fire up a 3 from the far corner. It's good. Sports corner 3. And a timeout taken by West Prairie as that 3 pushes the Cyclones back on top, 25-24. Sports corner 3 by Copeland. Full timeout by West Prairie. And we'll be back here in just a moment on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School, 4:49 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 25-24 lead for West Prairie. A big 3 there by Braden Copeland. That, by my count, his 3rd tray of the night. And a back and forth game here since about the midway point of the 2nd quarter. So he's West Prairie on top by 1, 25-24. Tiger basketball out of the timeout. Thanks for tuning in here to night number 2 of the Spartan Tip-Off Classic. Washington will bring it up across midcourt for the Tigers. Got to go far corner to Dunn. Back to Washington. Washington going to drive the lane, kicks it out. Emhoff to McCoy, left wing. Going to kick it to Cooper. Cross court to Washington. Washington going to drive in. Acrobatic layup, no good. Cooper's shot, no good on the miss. And the counter down with a West Prairie rebound. Gets it to Copeland. Copeland's going to fire up a 3 from the left wing, and it's good. Another sports corner 3 for Braden Copeland. And that young man is on a roll here this evening. Pushes the lead to 4, 28-24 at the other end. Scoop and basket and a foul as Washington throws one up and it drops. And he'll have a shot at a 3-point play. Ruger Olsen whistled for the foul, his first, team's 3rd. 28-26 in favor of West Prairie. Washington's free throw up off the back iron, no good. Rebound there to Dunn. Dunn up off the glass, no. Misses the easy bunny. And rebound down to West Prairie. Copeland going to take it length of the floor. Kicks it over to Olsen. Olsen going to fire up a 3 in and out, no good. Rebound tapped around, tapped to Clark. Clark up, no on the layup, but he'll go to the line for 2. So the junior Ryan Clark to the line for our couple. 28-26, West Prairie on top, 3:42 to play. Clark up and rattles that first one in. 4 points for Clark. Justice Duggar back for Illini Bluffs. And Clark's up and good on the second. Pushes the lead back to 4, 30-26. Dunn with it for Illini Bluffs. Cooper kicks it out. Duggar's 3 is up and good. Justice Duggar, I should say. And that makes it a 1-point lead. Copeland the other way, another sports corner 3. He's got 3 straight here in the 3rd quarter. And another sports corner 3 pushes the lead back to 4, 33-29 in favor of West Prairie. McCoy with it, right wing. going to drive in, scoop it up off the glass. No. But he's going to get a couple of free throws here with 3:04 to play here in the third quarter.
Tigers really getting a read on the defense to go get into that opening and draw the contact to put themselves at the line.
McCloy with a couple of free throws coming up for the senior. First one up. First one is good. 33-30. 3-point lead for West Prairie. Second one is up. Rattles around. No good. Clark there for the West Prairie rebound. Gets it to Olson. Olson going to drive it in. Knocked away by Cooper, and Illini Bluffs going to have the basketball going the other way. Dunn going to fire up. No, that's McCoy with a three. He answers. Cole McCoy was 6 now in the quarter, and we're tied back up at 33 apiece. We got a foul as West Prairie gets it across mid-court. Foul on Drew Dunn, his first, team's third. Matt Whitman back for West Prairie. He has the basketball. Whitman with 4 personals here. 2:34 to play here in the third quarter. Copeland swinging around to the counter. Back to Copeland. Inside, Cordell is going to lose the handle. Nope, Whitman gets it back for West Prairie. Copeland back to Cordell. Back to Copeland. Copeland going to fire up another three. Ring it up. 3 more for Braden Copeland. Another Sports Corner 3. And West Prairie back on top by 3, 36-33.
Copeland really stepping up and standing out here tonight.
Yes, he is. 4 threes in the quarter, 6 in the contest. Emhoff with it, number 24 for the Tigers. Going to kick it around. Dunn going to fire up a 3 off the rim. No good. Cordell for the Cyclones with the rebound. Gets it to Copeland. Copeland spin move up and in. 14 in the quarter for Copeland. And a 5-point West Prairie lead, 38-33. Down to 90 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Cooper with it for Illini Bluffs. Emhoff now to McCoy, left wing. And no communication, some communication breakdown there as the bounce pass went right between 2 of the Tigers, and it'll go back to West Prairie with 1:20 to play here in the third quarter. And we're going to get a timeout by Coach Clay Voss, charged to the Tigers. So it's a full timeout. We'll step aside and we'll be back here in just a moment on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Whatever the day brings, and Mother Nature provides, is no match for what you'll have thanks to Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 1:20 to play here, third quarter, 38-33 in favor of West Prairie. It'll be Cyclone basketball. To counter to Trigger, gets it to Copeland, guarded by Emhoff. To counter with it, now cross court, they go to Clark. Cordell swinging around Olson. Back to the counter, down to 1:05 to play here in the third quarter. Olson with it, going to drive baseline, cut off, going to have it poked away. Cordell able to pick up the loose basketball for West Prairie. Down under a minute to play, 50 seconds now. A turnover going to be picked up by Dunn. Duggar going to lay one up. No good. Clark there for the rebound for West Prairie. Hands off to Copeland, 40 seconds to play. Olsen, right wing, inside, Cordell. Gonna have to get something up or get a 3-second call. Gets a shot up, no good. Done there for the rebound for Illini Bluffs. Cooper gonna fire up a 3 off the iron, no good. Olsen there for the rebound. And West Prairie will probably hold for one shot. We're down to 14 seconds to play. 5-point West Prairie lead. Cordell, right wing. Clark with it now. He'll put it on the floor. Left-hand dribble is going to scoop one up off the glass. No. As the horn sounds, going to get a couple of free throws for Ryan Clark for West Prairie. Drew Dunn going to be whistled for the foul, so Clark going to get a couple of freebies here with no time on the clock. Now they're going to say McCoy, his first. My apologies.
And it looks like the official's still talking to the table, so they may be putting up another second maybe.
That looks like, yeah, the West Prairie coaching staff, I think, says 1 second. That's what we're going to get. 1 second on the clock. So Ryan Clark back to the line, 2-2 in this quarter for West Prairie. Caden Little, number 5, and number 4, Jason Faust checking into the ball game for West Prairie.
Well, they did have a second up on the clock. Now we're back to double zeros.
Okay, so Clark is going to get the 2 freebies as we started this with no time on the clock. 5-point lead for West Prairie. First one by Clark is up and good. 39-33 lead. And the second one also up and good. Clark ends the quarter 4-4 from the line and pushes the lead to 40-33. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here in just a moment on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School as we head to the fourth, 40-33 in favor of West Prairie. I can tell you, JoJo's Gaming Parlor, they offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, on getting ready to check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Tiger basketball as we head to the fourth. We'll get that quarter changed for you here as well. There we go. Fourth quarter action underway. Getting ready to be underway. With still some discussions between the scores table and the officials.
Looks like they might be talking about the possession arrow. Yep, and they just switched the possession arrow. So the ball will start off with the Cyclones.
So West Prairie with the 7-point lead and the basketball as we head to the fourth quarter to counter to trigger it in. Going to throw it in, and Whitman able to corral the ball. Copeland going to be hounded, and it's going to go off of Copeland and go to Illini Bluffs. Just 3 seconds in here to the fourth quarter, 7:57 to play. 40-33 lead. McCoy with it near corner to Emhoff. Picks up his dribble, going to get it on top. No, going to be poked away by Copeland. Braden Copeland gets the basketball back from Cordell. Going to fire up a three. This one short. And we're going to get a holding foul underneath, I believe, on Illini Bluffs. Going to go on number 22. Toby Cooper, his second, team's first. Copeland to trigger the inbound, gets it to Whitman. 2 to counter, right wing. To Whitman. Whitman around and double team now, going to double get it to Copeland. Tries to get it back to Cordell, going to be poked away and corralled by McCoy for Illini Bluffs. A mad scramble, and Clark's going to end up with it at the other end for West Prairie, but he's going to get to go. No, that'll be on the floor. He's fouled by Toby Cooper. His third, team's second. West Prairie basketball. Clark to trigger the inbound for West Prairie. Gets it to the counter. The counter going to fire up a three off the rim. No good. Rebound down to McCoy for Illini Bluffs. Outlet to Washington. Near corner. That's done. He's up and good. Ring it up a three for Drew Dunn. Gives him 8 in the contest and a 4-point West Prairie lead. Whitman with it. Hits it to the counter. Back to Copeland. Copeland hounded by Dunn, and we're going to get a hand check body contact foul on Dunn. To Ruger Ulson back into the ball game for West Prairie. The counter to Whitman. 6:40 to play here, fourth quarter. Copeland with it, right wing. Left hand dribble, hands off to Clark. Whitman, far side, going to drive in. Head fake, shot up, no. Cooper there for the rebound for Illini Bluffs. Gets it to Emhoff, near corner, that's McCoy. His three up short, good box out by Copeland. He'll have the get the basketball. Crossover is going to scoop one up, no good. Whitman there off the glass, no. Washington finally gets it for Illini Bluffs. 6:05 to play. Cooper going to drive in, count it, and a foul.
Seeing a lot of fast-paced action here in the fourth quarter, here in this first 2 minutes of the final quarter of regulation.
The two by Cooper is good. Ryan Clark whistled for the foul, his third. And Illini Bluffs with a shot. Trying to cut this lead down to just a single digit. Free throw on the way, and it's off the back iron, no good. And we're going to get an over the back foul on the rebound. Good box out by Eli to counter. And I believe that's going to be the fourth on Drew Dunn for Illini Bluffs. Ruger Olsen going to check out. Brody Cordell back for the Cyclones. 2-point West Prairie lead. The counter going to trigger full court pressure now by the Tigers. Whitman with it. Picks up the dribble, going to be stolen away by Cooper. He'll have an easy scoop and score at the other end. And we are tied at 40.
A very good forced turnover by the defense. At double team attempt, and then coming from out of nowhere for the steal.
And I think Dunn may have just fouled out of the game as he's going to get some body contact on the counter, and it is his fifth. Unofficially, I have the freshman Drew Dunn fouling out with 8 points.
And that puts the Cyclones at the line for bonus with 5:41 left.
Timeout taken to Illini Bluffs. Their second will step aside. We'll be back. 5:41 to play here in the fourth quarter, and we are tied at 40 apiece.
We're for agriculture, for growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School, 5:41 to play here in the fourth quarter. I can tell you about McDonough District Hospital. Their athletic trainers and rehabilitation centers with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention care and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. MDH, more than a hospital care, hospital caring. The counter going to go to the line for the 1 in bonus. And with 2 points in the contest. Counter up and good. Puts West Prairie back on top by 1. 41-40. 5:41 to play here in the fourth. Second one up and good. The counter 2 of 2 from the line. And it pushes the lead to 42-40. Washington with it for Illini Bluffs. Now Emhoff. Cross court to Washington. Inside Cooper. Tried to give and go. McCoy going to try to save it, but steps on the baseline out of bounds to West Prairie. 5:22 to play. Again, we're going to see a little bit of backcourt pressure. Copeland going to get it. Hounded by McCoy. Crossover. Gets it across midcourt. Copeland swings around to Cordell. Looking inside for Clark. Sides no, gives it to DeCounter. DeCounter up and good. 6 now for DeCounter. And a 4-point Cyclone lead, 44-40. McCoy with it to Washington. Ball loose on the floor. McCoy's going to fire up a 3 and count it. Sports corner 3 for Cole McCoy.
And ball gets loose and the Tigers pick it up, and then West Prairie hits it out of bounds. Ball remains with the Illini Bluffs Tigers.
We got a substitution, number 32. Justice Duggar into the ball game for Illini Bluffs as number 5. Will Giftos checks out of the ball game for Illini Bluffs. 44-43 Cyclone. Lead inside, they go to Cooper. His layup up off the glass is good. Toby Cooper with 4 in the quarter, and just like that, it's Illini Bluffs up by 1, 45-44. That ball going to go out of bounds off. The Tigers will stay with West Prairie. 4:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. The counter to Trigger, gets it to Whitman. Guarded by Emhoff. Gets it to Copeland, guarded by Washington. Right in front of the Cyclone bench. Whitman to counter right wing. Counter going to put it on the floor, going to drive baseline. It's going to go, looked like it went off the foot of Duggar, but the official on the baseline says no. It'll go back to the Tigers here with 3:56 to play in the contest. 45-44 lead for Illini Bluffs. Washington going to bring it up across midcourt. Duggar with it, back to Washington. Emhoff, right wing. Far corner to McCoy. He'll go high baseline on the counter. Pulls it back, gets it to Cooper. Cooper's going to be triple teamed, and we're going to get a little bit of a body contact, I believe, on Eli to counter. Nope, they're going to say fourth on Ryan Clark. Washington gets it into Cooper. Cooper under the basket. No, ball tipped around. Cordell with it. Or Copeland for West Prairie. Going to bring it up. Far corner. Going to cross over. Baseline. Reverse layup. No. Rebound there for Clark. Goes up. It's good. Ryan Clark with his 9th of the contest. And West Prairie up by 1 now. 46-45. 3:15 to play. Washington the other way. He goes up for a layup, no good, and a foul going to be whistled on Cordell for West Prairie.
Foul charge to 33, Brody Cordell, his third, team third.
Team's third on Cordell. Washington to the line for 2. First one up, first one is good. 46-46. Washington with one more chance to put the Tigers back up by 1. This one's up and off the back iron, no good. Cordell there for the rebound for West Prairie. Hands off to Copeland. Copeland crossover dribble to Whitman. Whitman's going to have it poked away by McCoy. Gets the ball back to Cordell. Hand off to Copeland. Good screen by DeCounter. DeCounter with it from Copeland. Going to give and go to Clark. Clark loses the handle of it. Cooper with it for Illini Bluffs. Here come the Tigers the other way. McCoy going to try and get a pass over to Washington, and we're going to get a foul on the floor.
Good sportsmanship shown there as they help the player up.
Third on to counter, team's 4th. Well, Dunn may not have 4 fouls or 5 fouls because he just checked back into the ball game. Cooper with it for Illini Bluffs. 46-46. Washington going to scoop in, layup, no. And we're going to get a foul. Have to see who that's on for West Prairie. Fifth on Ryan Clark. Ryan's going to foul out with 9 points. All of those coming in the second half. Number 2, Ruger Olson back for West Prairie. Free throws coming up for Jaden Washington. First one, and just like the last time, got the first one. 47-46. Illini Bluffs on top. Washington with one more. Second one on the way, and this one is good as well. 48-46. Washington 3 of 4 from the line here in the 4th quarter. Copeland with it for West Prairie. Hands off to Cordell to Whitman. His 3 short. Rebound down to Illini Bluffs. Done. Cooper going to fire up a 3. Well short. Draws nothing but air. And it will go right back to West Prairie with 2 minutes, 2:01 to play here in the 4th quarter and a 2-point Tiger lead. To counter to inbound. Looking for somebody to get it into. Gets it to Copeland. Copeland tries to go right back to the counter, but stolen away by Washington. Emhoff thought about a 3 near corner. On top now, Washington under a 2 to play, 1:50 to go. Washington inside to Cooper. Cooper's going to spin up and good. Toby Cooper with another point, his 6th of the quarter. Timeout, full timeout taken. West Prairie with the full timeout. We will step aside. We'll be back. 1:42 to play. Illini Bluffs now push the lead out to 4, 50-46. We'll be back here in just a moment on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School, 1:42 to go here in the 4th quarter. It'll be Cyclone basketball. They trail Illini Bluffs by 4. Chris Schrenkhauser and Brandon Thomas here at BPC High School tonight. The counter gets it to Copeland. Copeland up across midcourt. He's going to drive in, kicks it out. Olsen, 3 short. Rebound to Cordell. He'll go up, blocked by Cooper. Cooper is going to be whistled for the personal foul. Are they going to call Cole McCoy? Brody Cordell, the first attempts at free throws this evening. The first one up and off, no good. He'll have one more. 50-46 in favor of Illini Bluffs. Cordell with the second on the way. And this one off, no good. Rebound down to Dunn for Illini Bluffs. 90 seconds to play. Cooper with it. Hands off to Washington. Back to Cooper. Minute 20 to play. Back to Washington right in front of the scorer's table. Guarded by the counter. Emhoff guarded by Olsen. Over to Washington. All right, nice give and go to Dunn. Drew Dunn adds 2 more to the Tiger lead. 52-46 to counter up and good at the other end and the foul.
Nice hustle down the floor for the counter to get the 2 points and possible 3 points. The old-fashioned three-point play coming up.
Washington with the foul, his third. Caden Little into the ball game for West Prairie. 4-point Tiger lead, 52-48. Counter with a chance at the 3-point play. Free throw up, and free throw is good. 5 on the evening for the counter. Washington with it, now up across midcourt. 50 seconds to play. He's going to take it all the way. Shot short, but we're going to foul on West Prairie. And that'll put Washington at the line for some free throws here with 48 seconds to play. Caden Little whistled for the foul, his first. Brody Cordell getting ready to check in for West Prairie. First one by Washington is up and good. 53-49 lead. 4-point lead for the Tigers. 48 seconds to play. Second one on the way, and it rattles around and drops as well. 54-49, 5-point lead. The counter with it. Going to get it up across midcourt to Copeland. Copeland going to fire up a 3 off, no good. Cordell there for the rebound as it's stripped away. Whitman able to corral the loose ball for West Prairie. 33 seconds to go. Copeland get a screen. Good double team there by Illini Bluffs. Washington. Copeland loses the handle, and we're going to get a foul on the floor, as I believe it's going to go on Cooper. Yes, it will. Fourth on Toby Cooper, and that's going to send Ruger Olsen, the sophomore, number 2, to the line for some free throws. 23 seconds to play. 30-second timeout going to be taken by Illini Bluffs. And with that, we'll step aside for a second, and we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. MTC Communications, having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2024. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtccrowdfiber.com to check your availability. Ruger Olsen to the line for a couple. 54-49 in favor of the Tigers. 23 seconds to play. Thanks for tuning in, Chris Frankhauser and Brandon Thomas. I screwed it up. I knew I was going to screw it up at least once tonight, Brandon. Olsen at the line. The first one off the iron, no good.
I think after this free throw, we'll be seeing West Prairie fouling right away.
Second one is up and good. So Olsen 1-2, cuts the lead to 4. 54-40. As there you go, Whitman going to pick up a quick foul, and I believe that might be his 5th. Brody Cordell back for West Prairie, and that's going to send Drew Dunn, the freshman, to the line, number 13. .22 seconds remaining. Don't forget, we've got Illini West and Macomb coming up in the nightcap following this one. That free throw up and no good. Still 54-50, 22 seconds to play here in the contest.
Now, after this free throw, the Illini Bluffs Tigers have got to watch out for Copeland because he is dangerous here tonight.
And Dunn is 1-2 at the line. That pushes the lead to 5, 55-50. 20 seconds to play. Going to be poked away. Going to stay with West Prairie as Olsen was double teamed in the far corner and goes off. The Tigers will stay with West Prairie with 19 seconds to play. The counter gets it to Copeland. 15 seconds to play. Copeland going to be double teamed. Tried to throw it to the counter. The counter hadn't turned to look for the basketball. Cooper's going to pick up the basketball for Illini Bluffs. Brody Cordell whistled for his 4th, and that's going to put Cooper at the line. 7 seconds on the clock. West Prairie trailing it by 5. Illini Bluffs with a chance to tack on a couple more points here as Cooper's first is up and good. 56-50. Second one, good as well. 57-50, 5 seconds to play. Copeland, he's going to fire up. No, he won't get the shot off, and that's how this one will end. Illini Bluffs picking up the win, 57-50 over the West Prairie Cyclones. And don't forget, again, we'll have Macomb and Illini West coming up here in just a couple of moments. Maybe able to hear Mr. Sargent on far the way with the scoring summary. So our final score, 57-50 in favor of Illini Bluffs. We'll do, I think, is we will step aside for this one. We will get everything reset, pick up the news stream for the Macomb Illini West game, and we'll be back here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School in just a couple of moments here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented